What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Ethereum's sitting at about $3,700 right now. If we're looking at this for what it is on the overall daily time frame, you know, we've had our move up. Actually, let's bump this out to the weekly to paint a picture here, right? Had our move up from our accumulation phase. Call it an ascending triangle, call it whatever you want, but whatever it was a bear market, accumulation phase, breakout. We're in the middle of the bull market for Ethereum, right? Yes, we are in the middle of the bull market. Does it not feel like it? Well, that's because we haven't really done much in the last couple weeks. I mean, relatively speaking, we haven't done anything since March, right? We're in this same area. But this is, in my opinion, a move up, a move down, and a breakout, right? We're just in the beginning of this next leg up. And yes, this leg will look more or less like that. This is what they call a bull flag right here, right? Whether this whole entire thing is the pole and then just that part is the flag, or maybe it's just this part's the pole and that part's the flag. However you want to look at it, it's a bull flag. And at a minimum, I would expect, you know, the measure move to be fulfilled, and that would take us at least to new all-time highs, all the way up at $5,176, right? That's what's happening now. That's what we are in the middle of now. We look at the daily. We're in this little consolidation phase inside of a breakout move, right? Outside of this consolidation phase, consolidating a little bit on this way up, right? You even had consolidation phases. If you zoom out on the weekly, you can kind of see it for what it is there, but it's all more or less just like a move up. So yes, you can consolidate even on breakout moves. You broke out, you're consolidating. It happens. You found your low at a higher low in this consolidation phase. You found it actually, actually I was gonna say I thought it was up here, but actually no, it's not, and that's okay. But a higher low nonetheless. I wouldn't consider this an actual break of the range. You did close that day itself, like right at these previous areas of resistance, kind of closing right there to confirm it as support. If we move up from here, right? So that's what we're looking for, is a move up to confirm this previous area of resistance as support. Let's see a move up today, tomorrow, the next day. Let's certainly not move lower, or if we do move lower, bounce back up immediately. I don't mean go lower for a day and then the next day move up. No. I mean like wick. Like if we wick lower, then it's okay. But if we can't wick, if it's more intense than a wick, then we could have issues, serious issues. But I don't think we will. I was looking up ETH ETF listings, and I was reading into it, right? ProShares is trying to get their ETF for Ethereum listed. They have to revise their forms or whatever. And it's looking like to me it's looking like it's probably not going to get approved. It's going to be pushed back until the next whatever. The reason why is because if you're going to have it approved, it needs to not be like staked. Like the SEC, for whatever reason, they have a problem with you investing in an ETF that could also give you rewards through staked ETH, I guess. I don't know. Or can you stake your ETF? I don't think you could, but there's something to that. I'm not too well versed in it, and again, I was just kind of looking it up, but it looks like that's probably not going to happen. Ethereum, the ETFs did get approved, but they're just not listed yet, right? And when they do get listed, I think we will probably see a more intense sell-off when they get listed. But they're not listed yet. They're not expected to get listed until later this year. So until then, I think we're going to grow. A lot of people expected once we had the ETFs approved, and I forget if it was on like this day or this day here, that we would see a sell-off. And I think this candle right here is going to convince all of those bears, all the people who've been saying Ethereum's going to dump, the ETF got approved, buy the hype, sell the news. It's a sell the news event, baby. We're going all the way down. It's going to be a BART. All those people, they are rejoicing with this negative 3.5 per 6 day. They're rejoicing right now with this higher low. They're rejoicing with this daily close at a previous area of resistance, confirming it potentially as support, bouncing off of the 50 area in your RSI, which is also a really bullish thing in itself. They're rejoicing at areas that they should not be rejoicing in, right? It might be a cause for celebration if we do continue to move down lower, but we've yet to do that, and I don't think we will. In my opinion, the evidence in the chart would actually suggest the exact opposite, right? And it all goes back to what I was saying at the weekly, right? Painting this picture. We just broke this bull flag. We just did that. We did that 2 weeks ago. Are we going to come back? Are we going to pull back from here? We're pulling back a little bit, but we pulled back a little bit there, right? Here, whenever you've got these highs here, you just broke it here. You went back. It wasn't off to the races like this immediately. You kind of consolidated for a little bit, but did you give it back immediately after you broke out? No. You consolidated. We just broke out. Maybe we consolidate for a little bit, but I don't think this is the end of the move. And I would actually expect that sometime this month, sometime soon, maybe even next week, we get back on that saddle. We start making our way back up to this area around $4,000. And then who knows, man, sometime this month we really could be above $4,000 and on our way to new all-time highs. That's the measure move. After all, at a pessimistic look, at the most conservative look that you could draw this bull flag, new all-time highs would be the measure move, right? So that could happen sometime in June, probably not. Sometime in July, maybe, good chance, honestly. Sometime in August or September, even better chances, right? But sometime soon, sometime very soon, I think Ethereum is going to see new all-time highs. From the current all-time high to the most relative cycle low that we have, we broke above the 618, went all the way up to the 886, came back tested the 6.9 for support. Very nice, actually, very, very strong. Couldn't even really get in your golden ratio zone. That's what I have, two white lines there to identify the 618, 6.9 region. It's the golden ratio zone. Oftentimes you don't stop right at the 618. The 618 itself is a fib. It's the fib level. It's the golden ratio to the universe, to life, to everything. The 6.9 is not a fib level, but I've identified the 6.9 as an area that it's kind of like the maximum on average that any chart would break through. I've noticed in my time trading that you don't oftentimes actually tip the 618. You actually go just above it, and oftentimes enough you'll go right to that 6.9, if not somewhere in between. So just kind of identifying it as a zone instead of a strict. You look at these lines and you expect this, right? You expect it to be perfect, but it's not perfect. Fibs are not perfect, right? You found resistance at the 0.5, but did you find resistance right at the 0.5? No, it was up. You found resistance at the 0.5. Did you actually touch the 0.5 there? No, it was a little bit below, but did you find support on the 382? Yes, you did, but no, you didn't. You know what I mean? It's not perfect. So with the 618 specifically, with that area, I like to identify it as a zone. But getting back to the main point here, 886 resistance, 618, 6.9 zone support, back at the 886, I'm not going to be surprised at all when this breaks in a very short amount of time. Like, is it going to take 4 weeks? No. I mean, it could. I don't think so. I think in the next week to 2 weeks, we're going to be above this 886. And when we are above the 886, when we're above $4,000 there, there's no breaks. I shouldn't say there's no breaks, right? We can have breaks, I suppose, but there's going to be a destinational heading at $7,700 and beyond, right? And that could happen by the end of this year. By the end of this year, sometime by the end of the summer even, we could be at $7,750. Certainly by the end of the summer, I do think we would be at new all-time highs. But time will tell. We'll see how it goes. I got nothing else I want to say. If you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. We're looking for Ethereum to move up relatively immediately. So hopefully it does do that. The 4-hour looks like it's ready to go, man. I didn't even look at the 4-hour, but that's a nice little bounce off the oversold zone right there. Technically, it's bullish divergence even. Yeah, it would be nice. It'd be nice to see it, like, in the next 12 hours to be at least above, like, 3,700, which isn't that far from here, right? We're only at 3,678, but in the next 12 hours, the higher up you go, the further away you get from this area, more confirming that that's your low and that you are not just not breaking out to the downside, but that you're still in this area of consolidation and potentially looking to break to the upside. I mean, the further away you get from this area here that you're in now, the more convincing that will look. And I'm already convinced of it, but we need to convince others, man. We need to get all the hyenas on X.com to stop celebrating this not even 4% day, man. This not even lower low. This can't even break below previous areas. we got to get the jokers to stop celebrating things that are insignificant, man. Prove that this was significant indeed, but for the non-bearish reasons. Start doing it today. Start moving up. That's what we want to see. And I think that's the low. I do think that we're going to move up today. If we move lower, I would expect it to be quick like this and just inevitably up. So we will know that that we're on our way. Let me see. Hold on. When we break above $3,925, and that's all I got to say. So hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more, and that's all I got for you. Take care. Bye bye.